Greetings and welcome to the 66th Annual National Veterans Day Parade, the nation's oldest, in beautiful downtown Birmingham, Alabama. It's November the 11th, 2013. All the floats, horses, bands, and participants are lined up and ready to go, and the parade is about to begin. But before it does, we have some very important people we would like to thank. The live stream and permanent archive of today's parade are made possible by these fine Birmingham area sponsors, who salute the men and women of our military for their brave and dedicated service to our country. Lycus Integration, Vestavia Hills Rotary Club, Edwards Chevrolet, Emerson Events, Slice, Levy's Fine Jewelry, Saul's Sandwiches and Deli, 50 Years Forward. And now we join the 66th Annual National Veterans Day Parade in Birmingham.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. As you said, it's the 66th Annual National Veterans Day Parade in Birmingham, Alabama. It is the nation's oldest, and every year we start the parade off with the Birmingham Police Department doing all kinds of fancy tricks in the middle of the street. We're in front of City Hall on 19th Street, and a fantastic crowd, a fantastic day. It's sunny and 70. We all should strive to be that.
It's a beautiful day in downtown Birmingham, Karen.
This is my co-host, Mark Cummings, and we are about to show you the mayor of our fair city, Mayor William Bell. He is with our girl on the street, Melissa Goff.
Hi, Mayor. How are you doing today? This is the largest Veterans Day parade in the nation. We just want to know, how proud are you of Birmingham today?
Well, you know, this is the birthplace of Veterans Day celebration. And we're just so excited to be a part of it, to let our nation know how much we appreciate the men and women who wear the uniform and protect us each and every day, and those who have given service in the past. So we're excited about being a showcase for appreciation for all of our veterans right here in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're headed back up to Mark and Karen.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Mayor Bell. We're all very excited to be here. There's all kinds of history. We'll try to refrain from being too detailed about it. Up next, we're going to see part of the Birmingham Police Department is their on-site SWAT. It's not an Airstream. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah, it's their mobile command center, I guess you could call it.
It's a tactical vehicle.
Tactical vehicle.
That's very serious.
It is very serious.
It keeps us safe, and we are glad of it.
Absolutely.
And after the Birmingham Police, we get to see the junior ROTC and the band from Ramsey High School, one of the premier Birmingham area high schools. I never see them do loop-de-loops like that except today.
Exactly.
You know, I think they could do a whole lot for the crowd at 5 Points South if they would just go in circles.
At least the weather's much better than last year.
Absolutely. Last year there were so many people who were unable to be in it because of the rain. We weren't able to see the dune buggies, and some of the horses that wanted to do jumping tricks could not do it.
We have a large parade today, and we're excited about all the things that are yet to come. There's the tactical division.
Yes. I do want to tell you a little bit about the parade. Back in 1947 is when a fellow named Raymond Weeks here in Birmingham was going around raising money, wanting very, very much for Armistice Day to be recognized as Veterans Day, not just for World War I, which is 11/11/11 at 11 a.m., but also after World War II, he wanted it to be Veterans of all wars. And so Birmingham in 1947 was the very first city to actually have a real live Veterans Day parade. And about 6 years later is when it went through Congress and it became official, thanks to a congressman out in Kansas.
That's wonderful. And actually this year, Representative Backus and Representative Sewell from here in the Birmingham area actually presented a resolution in Congress to make this officially the oldest Veterans Day
how
parade.
people fight to be the oldest.
Absolutely. There is the Ramsey High School.
Junior ROTC.
Absolutely. As they pass the viewing stand right in front of City Hall here.
Ramsey is one of the original high schools in Birmingham. There's Ramsey, Phillips, Woodlawn, Inslee. I'm leaving one out. Phillips, of course. Phillips High School. But Ramsey is the beautiful one on the hill. If you ever look at a view of Birmingham from Vulcan, you'll see Ramsey High School in the foreground, right in that little bitty valley.
Those fine young men and women of the Junior ROTC from Ramsey High School.
Yes.
Following the Ramsey High School JROTC color guard is the Ramsey High School Marching Band. The Ramsey High School Marching Band from right here in Birmingham.
There is someone very, very special coming up the street right now. Her name is Tanya Rogers. She's in the orange car. That's Tanya. She is our Grand Marshal today of Birmingham's National Veterans Day Parade. For more than, I think, 13 years now, Tanya has been the one that made the parade in order, just took care of the day. And she is now trying to do about 4 things at once because it's very hard to be honored and be working all at the same time.
Absolutely.
Especially when it's been that long.
Thank you so much, Lieutenant Colonel Tanya Rogers, our Parade Grand Marshal this year.
And we also have Miss Alabama and the Birmingham Mayor, William Bell.
Miss Alabama in that beautiful red convertible. Absolutely gorgeous. And next up, we have the 50 state flags from the Boy Scouts of America. Scout Packs 397, 357, 776, and 322. Lots of Cub Scouts there.
I just realized they probably can't hear what we're hearing. We're hearing Brent Pepper announcing the people as they go by. We have Cub Scout packs. We have some from Princeton, which is an alternative elementary school with instilling incredible values in the children that go there. Look at that, all the Cub Scouts. Pack 397, pack 357. Man, they do Pinewood Derby race every year. Remember those, Mark?
Absolutely, and their float is actually a replica.
That's right.
Of the Pinewood Derby car. The Cub Scouts make their own Derby cars, and they race them in the Grand Prix style event. That's got to be fun.
Isn't that where you just roll it down the hill and see who wins?
Absolutely.
How good can that be?
Lots of Cub Scouts.
And I am looking, well, Birmingham's a small town, right? I'm looking at Jamie Stransky. I have not seen him in years. And he has Cub Scouts. That's fantastic. That is fantastic.
Look at them salute as they walk by. Saluting the grandstand, our VIP area here in front of City Hall.
Have I wished you Happy Veterans Day?
I don't believe you have, but happy Veterans Day to you as well.
Thank you.
I can't get over how beautiful the day is today.
Me either. Look at them all. 121. I can hear Melissa down there making plans. Can't decide whether we should be filling the folks with all kinds of fun facts about Birmingham or letting them soak up just how hometown this parade really is today.
Do you know this is actually my first Veterans Day parade
You're
here in
not
Birmingham?
supposed to admit that on a
I'm
microphone.
sorry. Well, it is, and I'm glad to be here
Involved in it.
in this capacity.
Yes. Yeah. Ralph, I remember Ralph used to love to come and watch the parade with his mom, and a couple of years ago decided it'd be so much fun to shoot it as grown-ups, and so here we are.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Lots of veterans lining the streets as well.
Yes. We also, because this is a live stream and an archive that we're trying to create for you, we have sponsors. And this particular segment of the National Veterans Day Parade in Birmingham live stream is brought to you by Lycus Integration. Lycus Integration is carrying on a long-time Birmingham family tradition of whole house sound integration, audio video integration. They do commercial boardroom automation and just about anything you might need along the lines of full range security solutions for your company or your house. That's Lycus Integration here in Birmingham. LycusIntegration.com.
Thank you so much for sponsoring the live webcast as well as the archive on nationalveteransday.org.
Yes. I don't know if y'all actually saw the little Pinewood Derby go by.
That was cute. Still lots and lots of Cub Scouts and their families walking with them as well, saluting the grandstand as they walk by.
Yeah, we're right above the viewing stand. And on the stand, we have the mayor. We have the dignitaries that have come in from all over the country to watch. And, of course, the wives. It is hot. I was just so sure that we didn't need that awning over the stand today. But it's definitely a warm day.
I'm sure they appreciate it.
Right now, you have something very, very important getting ready to be on your screen. Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts are important. But now we're going to see the veterans of the Battle of the Bulge, starting with Vern Miller. That's Max Harrington, Stumpy Watson, Vern Miller, and Jack Mullins. And these people were in the Battle of the Bulge. Children, you owe it to yourselves to Google that and learn a little bit more about World War II, particularly some of the more dramatic parts of it. Max Harrington served in the 5th Infantry Division. Wardlaw Stumpy Watson was 87th Infantry Division. Jack Mullins was 752nd Field Artillery Battalion, and Vern Miller was 8th Armored Division. Vern is president of the George S. Patton Jr. chapter of the Veterans of the Battle of the Bulge, and the membership is open to anyone interested in World War II, World War I and II. Melissa, tell me what's going on down there.
There's someone very important in the stands over here, Leslie Mashburn. He served in World War II. He's also a Purple Heart recipient, and we've got his grandkids and some family down here ready to say something special for the day. Do you guys have anything special you'd like to say? Happy Veterans Day! All right, and happy Veterans Day to everyone watching at home.
Oh, that's
Back
awesome.
to you guys.
Thanks, Melissa. That's fantastic. The kids showing their patriotism and their pride in their grandfather. And we've still got Cub Scouts galore.
How is this happening? I honestly thought I had just seen Vern. I saw the Jeep. No, we're looking at Boy Scouts of America.
Yeah.
My bad.
Lots and lots and lots. And there's some Girl Scouts as well.
Plenty of them. Yes, this is what I wanted to talk to you about. Like I mentioned, Max and Stumpy and Jack and Vern, they are coming to us now. And saluting the Battle of the Bulge survivors is reenactor Mike Hipwell. You can see him in between the white truck and the first Jeep. Mike Hipwell has just returned from active duty in Afghanistan, and he's marching today as a representative of the 8th Armored Division. He is actually marching wearing Vern Miller's outfit. And Vern is in the truck. That's Vern on the back of the pickup truck. We can hear you, Melissa. What do you have out down there?
Wow, the Battle of the Bulge.
I think I want to tell you a little bit about it because I can.
Absolutely.
Okay. These men, the ones that you see, that's Vern, the ones you see going by in the trucks, they are survivors of what is called the largest land battle of U.S. armed forces in World War II. World War II, more than 1 million men fought in that battle, 600,000 Germans, 500,000 Americans, and 55,000 British. It was officially known as the Battle of the Ardennes Forest. It lasted for a month and a half from December 44 to January 45. And at the beginning of the battle, we had 80,000 men facing the German army of 200,000. We had 400 tanks. They had 600. We had 400 guns. They had 1,900. And there was a very bad surprise attack under the cover of heavy fog on December 16th. And it did not go well for the town of Bastogne. The winter temperatures were the coldest on record. Casualties were very high. And thanks to the airborne infantry and armored divisions, the Air Force, and more than 3,000 individually identifiable regiments, battalions, related support units, we were able to take part in the Battle of the Bulge. And thanks to the Dixie Division of the Military Vehicles Club for the World War II Jeeps and trucks transporting these veterans today.
Absolutely, and they are actually the next people we want to talk about, the World War II Jeeps, Mr. Ronnie Ewan and Terry Hallman. Also the Korean era Jeeps and trucks, the Vietnam era Jeeps and trucks. Now the Dixie Division Motor Vehicle Club was organized in '99, and they're an affiliate of the National Military Preservation Association. These vehicles are vehicles of freedom and victory used by generations of our veterans. The Dixie Division Military Vehicles Club.
I need to tell you real quickly. Oh.
There's the Vulcan mascots.
Yes. I want to tell you about our next sponsor, but let's just do this first. Vulcan is riding in the truck that is from CSC Roofing. CSC Roofing is a very large supporter of the National Veterans Day Parade, and that is our mascot, Vulcan. He wanted to ride in one of the Corvettes, but his feet are too big. So there he is in the back of the pickup pulling the float that is courtesy of CSC Roofing. And now you see this 117th Air Guard.
They are marching under the direction of Colonel Robert Grant.
And they have a very large part to do with the parade happening today.
Once again, the 117th Air Refueling Wing.
And what you see is the University Saber Drill coming soon. And this is still part of the Air National Guard, part of the 117th. And this is the University of Alabama Saber Drill. I want to tell you about our next sponsor. This portion of the National Veterans Day Parade in Birmingham's live stream is made possible by Vestavia Hills Rotary Club. Now, it's true, the Rotary International has done amazing things. They're in 34 countries all over the world. And the main goal of the Rotary Club, Rotary International, is to eradicate polio from the planet. And it is absolutely within the sights. And it'll be the only thing besides smallpox ever actually eradicated from the planet. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Yeah. The more you know.
The more you know. And in addition to that, Vestavia Hills Rotary Club, 48% of them are or have served in one or more branches of the military. Half the people in that Rotary Club, which is a wonderful ratio.
Wow.
And
fantastic.
Those men, the things that they have been able to achieve both in Birmingham and around the world with their time and their money and their fundraising skills is above and beyond what we even have time to talk about today. But that is the Vestavia Hills Rotary Club.
Thank you so much for sponsoring the live webcast and the archive on the website.
Yes. And here we go. This is the University of Alabama Saber Drill. And coming along right behind them, we have the 87th Air Refueling Support Command. It's the Army Reserve Support Command that is commanded by Brigadier General Peter Bossy with Command Sergeant Major James Preston. The 87th ARSC is located in Hoover, Alabama, and it provides administrative support to all Army Reserve soldiers under the 1st Army for control of resources and equipment, personnel management, unit logistics, and individual training. It's the 87th Army Reserve Support Command. Look at that.
And up next, we have BBVA Compass.
BBVA Compass is the principal sponsor of the National Veterans Day weekend here in Birmingham, Alabama. What is passing the stand right now are the black and the... I'm sorry, I need to just go in order. I'm getting ahead of myself. These are the Birmingham City Police mounted horses. We get to see them downtown quite often. One of them in particular is named Pistol. Who would have guessed, Mark?
Absolutely. BBVA Compass. Oh, sorry, I'm getting behind.
Right, we're looking at the horses now from K&R, Whispering Dreams, and K&R Stables and Scott's Farm. These are a lot of horse farms that all together adore riding out together. And I'm watching and waiting for the riderless horses. It's a very, very big deal. The black rider, you tell them about it.
Okay, the black riderless horse goes back many centuries. It's presented in funeral processions of the officers of the United States Army and Marine Corps, the only services that actually rode horses. The saddle and the bridle are genuine replicas of the Civil War cavalry officer's horse. The tradition of the reversed boots you see is from ancient Greek funeral custom of reversing the order of things in which they are normally. When a body is taken to the place of burial, firearms are reversed, the precedence of those who follow the coffin is reversed, and the boots in the stirrups of the riderless horse are reversed.
Yes.
Officer candidate Stephen Vance.
No, not yet. We're going to tell about them when they actually come. Right now, we're just seeing tricks from K&R and the Arabian horses, the High Steppers, Scott's Farms, and the Alabama Arabian Horse Association Outback Trail Riders that are just thrilled to be here with us today. We're letting them do all their things. I'm laughing because I can hear all of our people working hard. We've got a several camera shoot going on today, and everybody's talking to each other, trying to make sure it happens. Look at that. Melissa is down on the street and she has somebody that she needs. It's such a lame intro because I can't tell. I just see somebody looking very sharp in his uniform with you, Melissa. Tell us who you have today.
Yes, I have Master Sergeant Dennis Parmer, and we'd just like to talk to him a little bit today. How are you doing today, sir?
Just great, just great. Wonderful to be here today.
Great. And is this your first Veterans Day Parade?
No, it's not. I've been here for every year. I try to come as many as possible. When I was living in high school, I marched in this parade, so it means a lot to me to come out, serve, and see the citizens of Birmingham. It's wonderful to come out today.
That's great, and we're happy to have you out here. All right, back to you, Mark and Karen.
Thanks so much, Melissa, and thank you for your service. He said he started out marching when he was in high school, and now he's back as a viewer, as a veteran, actually, coming back to watch the Veterans Day Parade this year.
I love full circle. What you see right now is the Wells Fargo Stagecoach with 4 quarter horses, driver and outrider. And in it is our dear friend Dave Dyson and 3 friends and their grandchildren. And Dave is representing, and I'm trying to remember there's been a lot of developments today. Dave represents professionalism under stress with part of lifeleaders.us, www.lifeleaders.us, and it's instilling ways of dealing under stress for gunfighting professionals, gunfighting leaders, true professionals, lessons under stress. And he has special friends and their grandchildren.
All right. And next we have checking the cash, the Cashdales.
Those are Clydesdales.
Well, they call them Cashdales.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful.
That's what I want, the shot of the horses.
Absolutely. These Clydesdales include members of the 2010 World Championship team at the National Clydesdale Show in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And guess what else they did?
What else they did? They actually escorted His Royal Highness, the Duke of Cambridge, which is Prince William, and his wife, Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Cambridge, Catherine, to a private reception in 2010. So these horses are pretty important.
They really are.
In the Clydesdale world.
Christy was whispering in my ear, did you get to talk about how hardly any Clydesdales ever, 2,000 pounds apiece, that's all I know. Don't step on my foot. Look at those.
Well, they have black and white stockings, which makes them rare. Less than 9% of the breed carry the mixed colors.
Here comes the king. Here comes the big number 1.
Right.
Hefty Clydesdales.
Oh, wow. Absolutely beautiful.
Yes. Oh, and I want to tell you a little bit about our very next sponsor. Our next sponsor, the group that is making possible this next portion of the National Veterans Day Parade in Birmingham, is Edwards Chevrolet. Edwards Chevrolet has been in downtown Birmingham since 1916. They are the oldest Chevrolet dealership in Alabama and one of the oldest car dealerships in the entire country. They now have a second Edwards out on Highway 280 across from Lee Branch. And you can check them out on Edwards Chevyman on Chevyman.com. Chevyman.com, because nobody beats a Chevy man. Nobody. Edwards Chevrolet, thank you so much.
Chevyman. I'm sorry. I had to. Up next, we had the Bridlewood Boarding Stables. They do horse boarding located in North Birmingham, celebrating national holidays and supporting our troops. The Bridlewood Boarding Stables. Up next, we have the Montgomery High Steppers, all the way from...
It's hilarious. When you ask them why they're called high steppers, it's because...
they step very high. They're horses that step very high. Okay.
I never would have thought of a better name for high-stepping horses.
Anthony Watts and Luther Drum are riding the 2 horses. One of them's name is King of All King, the horse's name, and the other is named Lady. And they're here to support the veterans all the way from Montgomery. Once again, the Montgomery High Steppers.
What a gorgeous horse. Look at him go.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Amen. We have just been offered water, and we could not be more thrilled. Yes.
Absolutely. You may hear some applause in the background because of the, actually it's the sanitation department cleaning up after all the horses.
It's like our own version of the fractured fairy tales.
Right. Also, there was the Horse Club of Montgomery that we...
Those are the high steppers. Yeah, they're good. Oh, I'm sorry. Horse Club of Montgomery is included with the highs. Mark knows what he's doing. I'm just too wound up looking at the street. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Coming up next, we have the American Legion, 22 posts of the American Legion. And the fella that you see in that gorgeous T-bird is Dan Dellinger. He is the big dog of all of it. He's the national commander of the American Legion. The second car is George Krigbaum. He is the American Legion Department commander. We also have Willis Frazier, a national committeeman, and the American Legion adjutant is Braxton Bridgers. And they are in front of us right now. The American Legion is the host organization this year. It's the host veterans organization this year. Look at that. Senior Vice Commander, Department of the American Legion. Hardwick Rico Hall. I wonder where he got Rico.
No telling. The crowd has grown significantly since the parade has begun. Glad to see everyone out. And there's the state commander, as Karen mentioned earlier.
Absolutely.
What a beautiful vehicle.
And coming up next is the thing I really want to drive, that golf cart. That's the best thing. That cart has appeared in quite a few parades. I can't decide whether I want to drive it or ride on the back waving the flag.
Either way would be fun, as they're having a great time. And there's the Department Sergeant at Arms, Mr. Rick Waller, as Karen mentioned earlier.
My mom hates it when I honk my horn. I do it all day long.
And there's the American Legion Auxiliary, the 21st District President, Linda Johnson.
Dewey Barber. Crystal Jones. Yeah, this is going to go on for a while.
Absolutely.
The American Legion, you're going to watch 22 posts of American Legion vets rolling by right now.
There's Donna Brown there in that car. Lots of American Legion. And then coming up, we have the flatbed. Lest we not forget the symbol of freedom. Lots of boys and girls there on the flatbed.
I hope they're wearing sunscreen.
Absolutely. I hope during the first shot that no one got blinded by the top of my head.
Oh, hush. I love reading the sides of the trucks that pull the flatbeds. That's from Doc Harper's. Grateful Nation remembers.
Got some motorcycle riders there. How cool is that?
We are now looking at the Alabama National Cemetery Wreaths Across America float.
And I don't know that you can hear it or not, but taps is actually playing as that float passes by, as we remember all those who have given the ultimate sacrifice in service to our country.
Matthew Leonard, Post 267 Commander. Yeah, this portion of the National Veterans Day Parade in Birmingham is made possible by Emerson Events. Emerson Events, they specialize in photo booths and very special lighting and DJs. You can see emersonevents.com. And they are responsible for our pipe and drape and some of the clever equipment that we're using today. And we dearly love our friend Chris. The American Legion, Post 911. Leroy Dove.
Several entries from Post 911. And then part of the American Legion, Post 347, the Boy Scouts Troop 495 from Fairfield, Alabama.
Activity bus with sparklers on the front. That sounds like fun.
Lots of individual entries from all over the state for the American Legion.
I'm trying to figure out if I should be filling you with all kinds of Birmingham fun facts right
That would
about
be
now.
fun.
Okay. I'll give you the first one. It's completely random. Birmingham was named after an English industrial city of the same name to promote its destiny as a great American center of industry. Now, who could have seen that?
Not me.
Just about everything in America is named after something in Britain.
That's very true. Very true.
Wait, I'm not supposed to say that today. That was very, very, very insensitive of me. But it's true. We were named after the other Birmingham. We boast the largest cast iron statue in the world, and you saw him a little bit earlier. The Vulcan statue was commissioned in 1904 for the World's Fair in St. Louis. Since 1938, its home has been Vulcan Park, right up on the hill, where it still serves as a symbol of Birmingham's industrial past and present.
And absolutely. Of course, a few years ago, they went through a whole renovation of Vulcan, and
Because he was rusting.
he was rusting. And they changed the thing he had in his hand, and the anvil, and such a beautiful thing when you drive through Birmingham. It's one of the showpieces of the city.
It's quite breathtaking when you don't realize that you're about to be directly underneath him when you're on 20th Street getting ready to go over the hill, and bam, there he is. He is huge. And they turn him pink in October for National Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Exactly. And of course, he's the backdrop for July 4th for the Thunder on the Mountain.
Yes. I am totally loving all of these antique cars.
Absolutely.
The American Legion just keeps on coming. They are absolutely right. They are the premier veterans organization today, the head one, as far as turning out. And now we have the JROTC from Greene County High School. And some folks from St. Martin's in the Pines. They do an awful lot to help rehabilitate soldiers.
All right. I'm looking down, and I think Melissa, you got somebody with us?
Sure do. I've got someone special here. This is Miss Childersburg. Her name is Rachel Rivers. Is this your first Veterans Day parade?
Absolutely not. We were here last year. I was actually riding in on a convertible in the parade, so that was really fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're glad to have you here this year, even if it's just over here attending and looking beautiful. We just want to say hello to you and throw it back up to
Melissa. Ask her what her platform is this year.
Oh, that's right. We have a great platform that you stand for this year. We want to make sure we talk about that a little bit.
I do. My platform is SOS, Support Our Soldiers. So we work with veterans all the time and send care packages overseas and things like that. It's a great organization.
That's great. What kind of things are in the packages?
Oh, all different kinds of things. Right now we're sending a lot of Christmas things, a lot of stockings, things like that. They really enjoy that.
Great. I'm glad we can talk about that real quick for you. So that was SOS?
Yes.
Great. All right.
Thank you, Melissa. We got to talk about the Military Order of the Purple Heart. They are passing us by right now. There's a chapter members and Ladies Auxiliary, and the Vietnam Veteran Association is with them. They are combat wounded veterans, members of the Gershon Smith chapter of Birmingham. The Vietnam Veterans Association are veterans of the Vietnam War, and I don't want to tell you what's yet because they're not on the camera just yet. I'm not going to ruin the surprise, but you heard what's coming. But again, these are people from the Military Order of the Purple Heart and the Vietnam Veterans Chapter 416. What you see is one of the most famous participants in the Veterans Day Parade in Birmingham. This is called the 40 and 8. And what that means is that it can hold 40 men or 8 horses and carts. It's an independent by invitation honor organization of male and female U.S. veterans, more commonly known as 40 and 8. And they are committed to charitable and patriotic aims. And they uphold and defend the U.S. Constitution and promote the well-being of veterans, their widows, and orphans. And they have a big cannon on top of that train car. The titles and symbols of the 40 and 8 reflect its First World War origins, where Americans were transported to the battlefront on French trains with boxcars stenciled with a 40-8, denoting its capacity to hold either 40 men or 8 horses. Now, it was very uncomfortable. It was very familiar to all those who fought in the trenches. And so when you say 40/8, it's a real lighthearted symbol of deeper service. And it was founded, the 40 and 8 Association was founded in 1920 by American veterans returning from France. It was originally an arm of the American Legion, which is why they come along right behind them, but they became an independent and separately incorporated organization in 1960. That is the 40 and 8. Now you can see more about them, if I was talking too fast, by going to the nationalveteransday.org website, the site where you're actually watching this today, and read more about them. They are carrying the big Paul Bunyan gavel, but it's rather hard to explain that massive gavel. It's as big as I am, and I saw it at the dinner last night.
Okay, now we have the Alabama Department of American Gold Star Mothers.
And
it's an organization composed of mothers who have lost children who were serving in the military, and also the Alabama Gold Star families.
And their wives. Yeah, the Gold Star families, wives, mothers, all offer great support to the National Veterans Day Parade. And they are a very tightly bonded community of people looking to support each other in their loss. You are looking at the Navy Operational Support Center and Carver High School Junior ROTC. Navy Operations Support Center in Bessemer, Alabama. I want to tell you about our next sponsor. The sponsor for this segment of the National Veterans Day Parade live stream is Slice. They are located in Lakeview. They have been 2 years in a row. They have been I'm going to wait until we see them on the screen. I want them to get the full thing. Now, right here, what you see happening, this is what people hate when they are marching in formation, trying to keep pace. Whenever somebody starts dancing up ahead, they want to figure out how to keep from slamming to a halt, kind of like stop-and-go traffic. But Slice, like I said, Slice is the sponsor of this segment of the parade, and they have been voted the best pizza in Birmingham 2 years running. They're in Lakeview, and you can visit them, slicebirmingham.com. You can order online. I highly recommend it.
Up next, we have the Carver High School Mighty Marching Rams under the direction of Mr. Lee Mason, Tony Whitaker, Cedric Freeman. They're 70 members strong.
I want to listen to them.
Absolutely. Let's take just a second and listen to the Carver High School Mighty Marching Rams.
Looking at the Blue Star Mothers of Alabama. The Blue Star Mothers of Alabama.
And they support the troops, the veterans, the Gold Star Mothers as well. All right, and coming up next, we have the Rainy Day Patriots. We the people fighting to restore our constitutional republic. The Rainy Day Patriots.
Read her banner. What does that say? Boy, if that car is not candy apple, we're looking at. And these are still the Blue Star Wives. The families. You see that jam on TV. It's because people are dancing. The bands, plus bands going around the corner onto 5th Avenue North.
Right.
It makes a little traffic jam. So Private First Class Norman Hale. They're thanking us.
Some more of the Blue Star Foundation. They're in the white convertible. Kelly Ingram, VFW. And then up next, the Lyman Ward Military Academy in Camp Hill, Alabama, down 280 from here in Birmingham.
Lyman Ward is Alabama's premier military school.
Absolutely. Founded in 1898, Lyman Ward is the official military secondary school and one of only 13 in the nation. The academy is located in East Alabama, the town of Camp Hill, just outside of Auburn. It's for grades 6 through 12, and boys come from all over the United States. Right here, it's a little Camp Hill, Alabama. I don't know if you've ever been to Camp Hill, but it's very small. My brother actually used to live there. So it's fully accredited and boasts a 100% college acceptance rate. 100%.
I don't think they have a choice.
Exactly.
I'll bet they can bounce a quarter off that sheet, too.
Absolutely. Lyman Ward is a U.S. Army Junior ROTC honor unit with distinction, placing in the top 10% of all JR ROTC units in the nation. The past 10 years, Lyman Ward has won the Mayor's Trophy twice, the Best Junior ROTC Color Guard Trophy 5 times, the John C. Persons Trophy 3 times, and the George Seibles Marching Trophy once. Once again, the Lyman Ward Military Academy. Seibles.
We love George. And right behind them, you see an absolutely gorgeous, that's an old Chevrolet. Yeah, that is the U.S. Navy Retired Fleet Reserve Association. In the car, it's no wait, that's not the Sebring. I want to know who's in this beautiful yellow car. But we see Master Sergeant Bobby Finley. He's the president of the Fleet Reserve Association. And riding in the car is Fred Hill, Southeastern President of the Fleet Reserve Association from Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, the Fleet Reserve Association was organized in 1956. They had 20 members. Now they have about 56. And not all of them can travel. But when they do, their cars are pretty.
Up next is the Disabled American Veterans. There we see the National Senior Vice Commander, Ron Hope of Clemens, North Carolina, driven by National Executive Committeeman and Department Adjunct Chad Richmond of Pinson. Next we have Department Commander David Riley, driven by John Michael Church of the Alabama Artillery Group. Also aboard is John Church of the Alabama Artillery Group. Next, we have the 2nd Junior Vice Commander, Carol Varner, and Chapter 27 Senior Vice Commander, Melissa Thomas, driven by Mr. Joe Johnson, past commander of Chapter 27 from Pell City.
This portion of the National Veterans Day Parade is made possible by our dear friends at Levy's Fine Jewelry. They were established in 1922, right on the parade route on 2nd Avenue North, for generations in downtown Birmingham. Back in the beginning, we were a railroad town, rough town, and we had, they sold railroad watches and trunks and luggage and things like that, and now they have jewelry and gem clientele all over the world and in every major U.S. city. Levy's Fine Jewelry has grown up, same as Birmingham.
There we go. Next up is the Alabama Veteran of the Year, Mr. Art Miller. He's driven by his wife, Faye Miller. Then there in the red convertible, we have the Birmingham Chapter 4 Commander, Ronald Sellers, driven by Chapter 4 Junior Vice Commander, James Johnson. There in the blue car is the DAV Auxiliary National Commander, Susan Miller. She's all the way from Colorado. She's driven by her aide, Johnny Story of Anniston. Then we have the Alabama DAV Auxiliary Commander, Margaret Powell.
Is that the one in the cute little red car?
And she's driven by Adjunct Jimmy Jenkins.
All this candy apple red on a sunny day. Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yes, you know what you see next. The Huffman High School Marching Band. They're the Vikings, they're Junior ROTC, and they're marching band. And you've heard them coming up the street. Let's give them a listen.
again, this is the Huffman High School JROTC. And then you can see there in the distance coming right up, right in front of City Hall right now. They are the Huffman High School Mighty Marching Vikings, under the direction of Mr. Gary Hamilton. Lots of award winners here in Birmingham, and this band is as well. Lots of awards have been won. Let's just take a listen to the Huffman High School Marching Mighty Vikings Band. High School Marching Band from right here in Birmingham. Doing a little drum action as well as some dancing there for the VIP section here right in front of City Hall.
Girl Scouts of North Central Alabama is an organization dedicated to growing girls of courage and confidence and character. They celebrate 100 years of scouting in 2012. We look forward to the next 100 years of developing girls into leaders. Girl Scouting builds girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. May it be so.
Absolutely.
Well, I hope I'm making the parade stand a better place today.
You are.
Like
absolutely.
I'm fishing.
I'm having a blast.
Well, good.
Absolutely having a blast.
Good.
All right, right after the Girl Scouts, we have Richard Fleming. He's captain of the United States Navy, retired. He's in a 1965 Ford Mustang. That's what I'm told. Oh, actually, I think
that's gotta be a 2008.
I'm sorry. They switched it up on me. This is actually a 2007 Ford GT. Mr. Jack Carty, the United States Army, World War II, and Mr. Bill Burris, the Tech Sergeant, United States Army, World War II. They're riding in memory of Albert Ellison Sr., also from World War II. And then there's the 65 Ford Mustang with Mr. Richard Fleming, captain of the United States Navy, retired, and Van Bushnell, the United States Navy. That's a beautiful car.
I don't know if you can hear bagpipes. I can. I hear bagpipes. The Alabama Society of Daughters of the American Revolution. Convertibles. The bagpiper is Dallas Key.
I hope the viewers can hear that. It's such beautiful music.
Marvel at the way they open their mouth and take a breath and there's still noise coming out.
Absolutely.
I love a good bagpipe.
The thing under his arm is called the bladder, I think.
Oh my God.
It is.
I know. I don't know. I know that you're serious.
The Daughters of the American Revolution. Lots of entries there.
There are so many of them, including the Princess Sehoy chapter of Daughters of the American Revolution. I cannot begin to list all. Well, I can begin to list all of them. The State Regent is in the first card. That's Constance Haynesworth Grund. There's also the Revolutionary Vice Regent, Nancy Sturkey Folk. There's the Cahaba chapter. There is the Birmingham Territory chapter. There's the Sunset Rock chapter, Princess Sehoy chapter, Lily of the Cahaba. Somebody's riding in a little Mini Cooper, I know that much. Covered in flags. That's got to be the cutest thing besides that golf cart. I think this is runner-up. Then there's General Sumter chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution. There's a truck with a trailer that has the Alabama Society Children of the American Revolution. It goes on and on. And the Alabama Society was organized in 1894, and it has 4,400 members today who are descended from patriots who supported and fought in the American Revolution. Daughters of the American Revolution members honor our veterans by participating in wreaths across America to the National Cemetery. You saw that float earlier. Armed Forces Day celebrations, Blue Star Salute events, Gold Star Wives memorial services, and the support committee at the National Cemetery, as well as assisting with the burial of homeless veterans and providing gifts and toiletries at VA facilities across the state.
And there's also Children of the American
That's right.
Revolution as well following them.
That's right. Children of the American Revolution Patriotic Recipe. I hope one of our cameras can zoom in on that recipe and see what it says. It says, take.
There it is for you.
Yep.
All right, up next we have the Jackson Allen JROTC.
And that's Jackson Olin High School here in Birmingham. It's a Jackson Olin Junior ROTC. And I believe what we have right after them is the Gulf Training Division. Now this is the 75th Training Command. The Gulf Training Division is commanded by Colonel Promotable Thomas Murray with Command Sergeant Major Anthony Sylar. The Gulf Training Division is located in Hoover and is part of the Army's Center of Excellence for Reserve Component Units seeking to achieve training proficiency in staff operations. The Gulf Training Division prepares large military units for deployments and other missions by conducting live and virtual scenario-based training while mentoring senior leaders on effective organizational decision-making. They were instrumental in preparing Army Reserve and National Guard units deploying to Afghanistan and Iraq. It traces its history back to World War II when it was called the 75th Infantry Division and fought in the European theater and operations. And currently, they support training missions across the U.S. as well as the Pacific Rim. And they are marking place right now because somebody way up ahead is taking their time going around the corner onto 5th Avenue North. Aha! Somebody made it around the corner by the federal courthouse. Yes. Happy Veterans Day to the 75th Training Command. They're living it every day. An interesting thing, today everybody is, I can't remember what the term is, but when you turn to the left, parade left, I think they call it. Normally they walk past and they parade to, and they look over their right shoulder at the viewing stand, but today everybody looks to the left.
Okay, and coming up right behind them is the Mid-Alabama Corvette Club. Beautiful cars, about 10 of them. They were established in 1983. They were one of the largest Corvette clubs in the state. And they have annual car shows to raise money for Magic Moments, who provide special events for children. Once again, that's the Mid-Alabama Corvette Club.
Someone's gunning it.
Beautiful cars.
Aren't they, though?
Yeah.
I wonder.
Look at that. Coming into your picture in just a second, it's going to be a beautiful Stingray. It's absolutely gorgeous.
What is this one?
I think that's the newer model. I know nothing about cars. I don't know why I'm trying to talk about it. And the only reason I knew about that, look at that beautiful Stingray. Just because I can read the side of it, there's no reason I knew it was a Stingray.
My mother would never let me go out with somebody who drove a Stingray. They just look like trouble, don't they? Beautiful,
Beautiful vehicles, though.
Have you seen the 2014 Stingray?
I have not.
It looks like something that Batman would drive. I mean,
Oh, wow.
it is, I don't want to say evil. It's like it's very dark and serious.
Oh, okay.
It's long. It's just crazy looking. I saw it over. You know, that yellow one looks like it needs to go to the beach. There it is.
Lots of entries from the convertible club.
My dad had a 1963. I just went blank. I'm seeing Mark London, the president of the National Veterans Day.
Checking on us, make
I know,
sure that we.
I'm sorry, he's checking. I'm trying to act like nothing's going on, but I'm so glad to see him. Mark Ryan is the reason that we're able to be with you today. I thought it was a real good idea for us to, and he's pretty much given us free reign. Anyway, I was trying to say that I always get that Corvette mixed up with Dad's 1963 190 SL. That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
That's all I was going to say. We're going to look back over at this and just wish that we'd been able to focus on what's going on. I'm just laughing at all these cars. Thank goodness there's not one hot pink one in the bunch. I wouldn't know what to do with that.
I think that would be beautiful.
I don't. No. These are muscle cars.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what that one is. I know a fellow who has one just like this yellow one that's about to go out of the screen, and he marks the beginning and end of summer by when he takes it out and takes the T-tops off. Lakeshore Foundation is a world-class training facility and rehabilitation facility right here in Birmingham, Alabama. I could go on about what it is that Lakeshore does, but I want to tell you about Lima Foxtrot, which is their program serving injured service members and their families from across the nation through adapted sports and recreation camps, no cost to the participants. So far, 1,634 injured service members and their families have participated in the Lima Foxtrot program from 44 states, Puerto Rico, and the District of Columbia just since 2006. I strongly recommend that you look up lakeshore.org. That's the Lakeshore Foundation. Paralympics training. I have swum in the swimming pool. They train. It's an Olympic-sized swimming pool for the Paralympics.
All right, up next, as you see there on your screen, the Celestine Legacy Native American Dancers. They are Alabama Native American dance group in Shelby County, and they're direct descendants that once lived in Indians that once lived in this great area. The dancers are children, grand, and great-grandchildren of the late Lloyd Celestine of Alabama. This dance group are rich in heritage and comprised of champion dancers. They share their culture through the traditional dance and storytelling, currently touring across the southeastern states, performing for many schools, festivals, and community events. This is the Celestine Legacy Native American Dancers. What beautiful costumes they have here.
I've just been told we have about 40,000 people on the streets of Birmingham today watching this.
40,000, wow,
on the
that's
parade route.
fantastic.
And we have Miss Senior Alabama, Donna McGuffey. She entered the 27th Miss Senior Alabama pageant as Miss Senior Heart of Dixie and competed against 8 other preliminary winners from around the state. And she won the coveted title and also won the honor of Miss Congeniality. She's a vocalist, and she has 4 children, 8 grandchildren. She volunteers with the American Red Cross, the CARE Group, and has been involved in many other community organizations. She has competed in the Miss Senior America pageant in New Jersey, in Atlantic City, and finished in the top 10. So we have a beautiful, beautiful Miss Senior Alabama here.
She absolutely is. All right, up next we have the 42nd Rainbow Division. In that, we have 89-year-old World War II veteran and 42nd Rainbow Division member Pete Pettis and Marty Allard, retired Navy captain. They were walking in front of the vehicle.
The Rainbow Division is a very, very big deal. They needed to call in numbers fast, and they responded. And there's a bridge that is downtown Birmingham. It's named for the Rainbow Division. And now you see the Alabama School for the Blind. I wish our crane could go up in the air and zoom out and look down on it. It's perfect for this because they are riding along on a flatbed truck. And Alabama School for the Blind is an internationally known school. You could look them up on the internet. Some of their members have been in movies. They have been on albums. It's a big deal. We have now Fran Carter, who is the American. She started the Rosie the Riveter Association. We have Fran Carter's the founder, and Nell Brandon is the Birmingham chapter president. It is just to recognize the women who held the place of the men. While the men were off fighting, the women worked for, factories and private companies and corporations, and of course, when the war was over, quite a lot of them were replaced by the men coming home. But these women served a vital function during the war, and you can either apply to have your mother, your grandmother, your female relative recognized, and the men are rivets.
There we go.
So.
All right, up next is the Bikers for Christ motorcycle group based here in Birmingham.
And Dr. Chad Martin.
I believe it's Mathis.
I'm so sorry.
Maybe our...
I'm looking at my print.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's Dr. Chad Mathis. My very, very bad. And we have Alicare, Home Health and Hospice.
Following Alicare, we've got the Gaston City High JROTC.
I do need to step back 1 second. The Alicare Home Health and Hospice was founded by Major Charles Baird, who enlisted in the Army Air Corps during World War II. And so it was founded by him, and I want you to know. He found difficulties and decided to answer it. Okay, carry on.
All right, coming up next, this is a real cool entry. This is Jeremy and Marvin Smith in the Jeep. Marvin was drafted in January of 1951. He spent 2 years in the Field Artillery Basic in Germany. And then the Jeep has been a project for he and his grandson, Jeremy, for about 10 years, and they're riding there in the Jeep. So that's kind of cool.
I'm trying to figure out, there's some phone ringing around here. I don't know where it is. Oh, I don't think you heard that. We did. And of course, we could not.
We missed the Birmingham Bear.
He's right there. Yeah.
I'm talking about it.
I know, the people.
He's the mascot for the Birmingham Ironmen basketball team that's scheduled to begin in 2014.
Wait, I think you need to say that one more time.
It's the Birmingham Ironmen basketball team that begins in 2014 here in Birmingham, and that was the mascot, the Birmingham Bear.
And this is the Woodlawn High School veterans of World War II. The fire truck is announcing them. And after the veterans, we have Parker High School Junior ROTC. Parker High School Junior ROTC. And marching band.
Here comes the Parker High School Marching Band. Looks like they're going to give us something to listen to. So let's take a listen to the Parker High School Marching Band.
And after the band, we have Three Hots and a Cot. Three Hots and a Cot supports homeless veterans. They want to assist homeless military veterans transition from life on the streets into a self-sustained lifestyle. And they have seen over an 82% success rate in their program thus far. This is Three Hots and a Cot.
All right, making their way up the street now is the Goldwing Road Riders Association. They got about 20 motorcycles there. They're the world's largest single marquee social organization for the owners and riders of Honda Goldwing or Valkyrie motorcycles. The association has participated in the Birmingham Veterans Day Parade for the past 10 years, and it's led by District Director Robert Brown, and they present 14 Alabama chapters and over 1,200 members here in the state of Alabama. The Goldwing Road Riders Association.
Loving that itty-bitty car on the trailer.
Isn't that cute?
Can someone ride in that thing? Oh, those are cute. Those itty bitty cars.
Yeah, look at the yellow one. That's beautiful right there in the center.
When I was a little girl, I used to play with my brother's Matchbox cars to the point that my parents started getting me my own, and now I have all of them. All of them. Look at all of these. Freestyle All-Stars Marching Band. motorcycles have been listening to this the whole day. Freestyle All-Stars Marching Band from Birmingham, Alabama. They're definitely going to give us something to look at. I don't think this is associated with any particular school. Here it comes.
Look at that handwork of those drums. That's fantastic.
Yeah, Elliot, who's running our crane today, is a fantastic drummer. He was in $1 Million Band at Alabama. Road Tide. Beautiful.
Up next is Verizon.
I know Verizon seeks to employ veterans who have come home and are looking to pick back up where they left off.
Up next, we have the Alabama State Elks Association, representative of each branch of service on the float there. In the first car, we have State President Frank Roy and his wife. Then we have Will Lane and his wife, and then State Representative for Ladies Auxiliary of Elks, which is called the Emblem Club.
And immediately following them is the Winona High School, ROTC. I spoke too soon. It is so hard to speak in order because we see all of them and we pay attention to you, and I'm not sure. What is that thing? He's not in the parade. He's just happy to be next to it. Granted, that weird bicycle over there. And this is the Winona High School ROTC. I'm not sure who that is, but loving the basket. Are these the Magic City Clowns?
Up next is the Magic City Clowns.
Yes. Fred Audrey in it?
There they are on the flatbed. He's having a good time.
Yeah, our friend Audrey is in Magic City Clowns, and they call her an August clown, the one that doesn't use face paint. They don't use white face.
Okay.
Okay. But they sure do have a bunch of
Right.
They go to hospitals, nursing homes.
Lots of balloon animals there, or balloon links as it is for today.
They love to dress up, go out, and make the world a happier place.
Absolutely. Coming up right behind the Magic City Clowns is Team Corvette of Birmingham, a Corvette club here in Birmingham. This is their second year in the parade, and they are also a part of the Lakeshore Foundation and a supporter of Vets for Vets. Corvettes.
See, they color coordinate. See, the black ones and the yellow ones side by side, and the red ones. See that? It's the Tarrant High School Marching Band.
Absolutely.
Marching Wildcats.
From right here in Tarrant High School. Band directors Jason Flakes. The drum majors Kendrell, Henderson. This is the Tarrant High School Blue Regiment Wildcat Band. Just got that about the time you started saying it. Yes.
Casey and the Sunshine Band. Last year, somebody played Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe, and I was like, this is Veterans Day, really?
Up next is the Knights of Columbus. Replica there of the USS Arizona.
Wow.
All right, now we have the Cub Scout Pack 322. There on that flatbed.
We have the Marine Corps League. This is the General Howland Mad Smith Detachment. And so called because it's named after Howland Mad Smith. He commanded Marine forces in Guam, Iwo Jima, and other Pacific campaigns. The Marine Corps League is the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps-related veterans organization in the U.S., and its congressional charter was approved by the 75th U.S. Congress, Franklin D. Roosevelt, in 1937. It credits its founding in 1923 to John A. Lejeune, the Marine Corps Commandant. Their meetings are held on the third Saturday of each month, except 1 month in the spring for their annual picnic and December for the Christmas party, just so you know. And up next we have, yeah, you go ahead.
Up next we have the Alabama Organ Center here in Birmingham. The banner carriers with the Clark Kids.
The Alabama Organ Center is, it's hard to explain exactly what they do, but they are an absolute connection between the people who need the organs and the people who have immediately become available to give organs, and supporting the families and facilitating the actual
transplant.
The logistics of getting everybody where they need to go.
The linking, I gotcha.
Yes, they're the link.
The Alabama Organ Center wants to thank Richard Davis, U.S. Army, for lending the Humvee and the service to our country as well. Once again, this is the Alabama Organ Center.
I want to see how Melissa's doing. I know she's been out in the crowd for a little bit, and I think there's somebody who wants to say hi.
I sure do. Thanks, Karen. I've got Sergeant Kidd here. And how are you doing today, sir?
Doing fine. How are you doing?
Doing wonderful. This is Sergeant Kidd. This is definitely not his first parade. Have you come out to see anyone in particular, anyone special?
Just to show my support and just be active in the parade, just to be here.
Wonderful. It's a beautiful day to be out here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you, and we just wanted to say hello, and we're thank you for your support.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Glad to be here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Off to Karen and Mark again.
Thank you, Melissa.
You're welcome.
Up next, you already see what we have coming up. The Shriners, the Zamora Shriners. They could not be here last year because those little zippy buggies can't do what they're doing on a rainy street, and we sorely miss them. They've got a hillbilly truck, they've got riders on motorcycles, they've got little scat cats, go-karts, convertibles, dune buggies. Rut-row.
How much fun. Look at that. Having a good old time here in the streets. He may be having too much fun. What do they always say? Do not try this at home. These
Have
are
you
trained
seen the size of
professionals.
their parking lot?
Yeah.
You know why they made that thing so big.
Look at, oh,
Look, he's getting pulled over. Kidding.
look at that. The leaping
Leaping Lena.
Wow. How fun is that?
I don't know. It depends on how much cotton candy you ate before you got on that thing. Goodness. I want to know when they practice. Yeah, I am digging that little golf
They got
cart.
to push it back down.
It's hard.
Oh, look, they have to sit on it to keep it down. How cool is that?
This is the director staff of the Zamora.
How funny. Yeah, you better hang on there.
Can you imagine doing that for 3 hours straight?
No.
That would be this afternoon. Man.
Once again, that was all the Zamora Shriners.
Yes, and the little... Do you ever remember riding on the little train?
Yes.
To be official about it, the Zamora Shriners are in Irondale, Alabama. The Shriners have 22 hospitals that give free care to burn and crippled children unit. They consist of riders on the motorcycles. We've talked about the convertible cars, the hillbilly trucks, playing bluegrass music. But it would be something if you actually went online and read about the Shriners and what they do for children. Every bit of it is donated, and every bit of it is because of donations to them.
They do lots of good work.
Boy, they're putting they're almost as good as the Birmingham police were at the very beginning.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, you could cut down on a whole lot of crazy cruising on South Side if you just had these motorcycles going in circles in the intersections.
Unit still were the Zamora Shriners. How cute. Shriners having fun helping kids is their slogan.
Do you know what?
That's fantastic.
I want to ride that the next. Too much.
All right, up next we have the Woodlawn High School U.S. Army JROTC, the Colonel.
I think it's called Parade Left. That's what it is.
I think it is.
When they look to the left.
Yeah. Once again, that's the Woodlawn JROTC. Up next, we have the Magic City Diamonds Drill Team and Drum Squad, consisting of 23 people. They were established a couple of years ago under the direction of Ramona Hilton. They're comprised of boys and girls, and they want to promote self-esteem and exercise through music and dance. Maybe they'll do us a little something there. This is the Magic City Diamonds Drill Team and Drum Squad.
Well, after a lead-in like that, I want to see something.
I know.
Loving the pom-poms on their boots. Oh no, don't go, don't go.
They're just going to give us a little walk.
Okay. Lyman Wayne Amos. That is a beautiful Cadillac. That thing needs bullhorns on the front. This is actually an individual. Her name is Kathy Hughes in the Cadillac. The 75 Cadillac Eldorado is being driven by Robert Amos in remembrance of his father, Mr. Lyman Wayne Amos, who served in the European theater with the 90th Infantry Division of the U.S. Army during World War II. And he was awarded the Bronze Star for Valor and a Purple Heart for injuries sustained while in combat. And riding in the front of the car is also Captain Donnie Hughes. Captain Hughes is a JAG officer in the Alabama National Guard and veteran of the U.S. Army. Carmen Boyd, granddaughter of Lyman Amos, children, Donnie Amos.
Now we have the Birmingham Barons, the Southern League champions this past year after moving into their beautiful stadium here in downtown Birmingham. They also led the league in attendance and won the Organization of the Year. And there is their mascot, Babe Ruff. Boop, boop. Babe Ruff. How cute is that? By the way, the White Sox will open with the Barons at Regent Field on March the 28th. Let's show them how much we support our Birmingham Barons. All right, up next, we have the Woodlawn High School Band.
Make them stop. Make them stop and play with us. Mark and I are up here trying to play Name That Tune.
That was the Woodlawn High School Marching Band.
Look at those gorgeous costumes on the girls.
Absolutely.
This next portion of our National Veterans Day Parade in Birmingham is brought to you by Saul's Sandwich Shop and Deli. Saul's is downtown since 1965. It was started by the father, and now it is a delicious spot that is run by the three sons. That is saulsbirmingham.com. We eat there about 3 times a week or more. The brownies are ridiculous. They're so good.
All right, up next is the Birmingham Vet Center, that 40-foot RV, the Department of Veterans Affairs, driven by Mr. Marty Job. And they also have several other entries. The Birmingham Vet Center is part of the Readjustment Counseling Service with the Department of Veterans Affairs. They serve veterans and their families by providing a continuum of quality care that adds value for veteran families and communities.
The parking deck for the VA is right on the parade route, but guess what? The hospital is closed today. So there's nobody that's able to watch their parade go by.
Oh.
We're hoping that the folks that are in the VA hospital who have internet in their rooms are able to watch us on the live stream today. They'll be able to watch us on TV tomorrow on WVUA, WOA in Tuscaloosa.
Absolutely.
And watch us on TV.
That begins at 1:30, so you can watch it on television.
That's right. And now we have the Salvation Army canteen and vehicle. The Salvation Army, originally founded in London, England in 1865, and it provides assistance to the troops since World War II. It started in 1899 in the other Birmingham. Today we provide services to help all of mankind, serving their mind, body, and soul. The Salvation Army.
All right, up next, the Buffalo Soldiers Motorcycle Club here in Birmingham. This is the Birmingham chapter. They were part of the National Association of Buffalo Soldiers and Troopers Club, Motorcycle Club, excuse me. They have 4 chapters here in Alabama: Huntsville, Birmingham, Montgomery, and Eufaula. And they give 2 sizable scholarships to deserving graduating seniors from high school every year. Thank you to Stephen Breeze and Kim Missy Pooh Winston.
Missy Pooh?
Missy Pooh, that's her nickname.
Missy Pooh. You can hear that over the din at a party.
Exactly.
And next up we have Hospice Services of Alabama. And they have a beautiful fire truck. It's a Mack fire truck. It's old, from Brewster, New York. And this is Hospice Services of Alabama. They were established in 2005, and they provide highest quality hospice care possible. And they consider every veteran worthy of the privilege for them to care for them. Hospice Services, on a mission to serve. And of course, WZZK. WZZK is one of the longest running radio stations in Birmingham, I believe.
I didn't know that.
It started back in the early 80s. And it's still WZZK.
Okay.
It used to be
Up next, we have the Comfort Care Hospice. Comfort Care Hospice believes the end of life can be a meaningful time for patients and their loved ones. And they provide extra attention the veterans need and deserve. Again, this is the Comfort Care Hospice here in Pelham, Alabama.
Followed by Gentiva Hospice.
Gentiva actually has 2 veterans participating in the parade. Blake Weathersby was in the U.S. Army. And Donna Thomas was an RN in the U.S. Navy for 3 years.
Before the fire trucks wind up, I want to give you our very last sponsor. This is 50yearsforward.com. It is the city of Birmingham that is one of our sponsors of the National Veterans Day Parade in Birmingham, the live stream and archive. 50yearsforward.com, and this is commemorating 50 years since the Birmingham Civil Rights Movement began here. It's quite a website.
Lots of activities this year for the 50 Years Forward, and we're glad that they're a sponsor of the webcast and archive for the National Veterans Day Parade here in Birmingham.
Yes, we thank them. Right now we have the Southern Vintage Fire Apparatus Association. They were formed in 2000. They're in Birmingham. Their sole purpose is to preserve fire service history and the old fire engines. They have 28 antique engines in their inventory. The oldest is a 1917 American La France. It's too old to be in the parade. But they do have a 1954 Mack ladder truck, a 55 Ward La France pumper, 1960 Seagrave 100, it says 100 inch, I don't think that's what they meant. A Tillard ladder truck, 1968 Mack pumper, 1960 Snorkel, a 1970 Ward La France pumper. That's owned by Major Richard Meyer, Air Force retired, MD. Hopefully today, I'm not sure if we see it right now, but there's a 39 Buffalo, a 1970 Army 5-ton troop truck from the Jefferson County Emergency Management Agency. And there'll be 3 other trucks. They're not sure which ones they are. They said these old gals are like warbirds, hard to find pilots and hard to get them started. You can count on no more than 9 or 10 in the parade today. This fellow who's riding all of this up is a Cold War vet. His name is Terry Oden. He's a Cold War vet, U.S. Army in Japan, 58 to 62. And there are others on the trucks.
There's our friend Mark right there on the screen.
Hey, Mark.
Riding on one of the fire trucks.
Oh, how funny. That's Mark Ryan.
There he is.
There he is. He's the president of National Veterans Day. And we are happy to accommodate. Terry Oden apologized for a late entry, and we are very, very happy to accommodate that one. Look at that, Snorkel 1, Tallapoosa Fire Department. There we see Sparky.
Sparky. All right. We just missed the correct means, tax, and check cashing.
There they are. Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
You're right. We see them. They're not on
exactly.
your screen.
Next, we have the divine. There they are. Correct means, tax, and check cashing. Up next, we have the Divine Dance Studio, based here in Birmingham, Alabama, Christian-based dance company in Bessemer, Alabama. Up next is the A.G. Gaston Boys and Girls Club. About 25 participants, according to them. Obviously, they're a nonprofit organization. Since 1966, more than 1,000 children come through their doors each year, ranging in age from 6 to 18. Wow, they do a lot of good work there at the A.G. Gaston Boys and Girls Club. There's 105.5 WERC, News Talk Radio.
K&M Auto Services, driving their Jeep. I love how this is it's a combination of big and small.
Right.
I like it very much.
All right, up next, the Birmingham Zoo. Very cute little car there.
I think they had been hoping to have some animals out today, but I think that got nixed.
It may be actually too warm for the animals to be out.
I can't imagine that. If there's an animal that can't handle sunny and 70, I don't know what it is.
Oh, goodness.
Too warm. Yeah, I guess a polar bear. No, they're able to lose fat when they need to. Yeah.
A little break in the action.
Mm-hmm. Wow, this is a break in the action. When's the last time you saw little children running around in the middle of the street? Only on a parade.
Only on a parade.
That's right. I think that's what I mean by a combination of big and small. We have floats. We have children in the middle of the street. It's kind of both.
All right, up next is Papa John's. I wonder if their mascot's name's Slice.
Well, no.
I don't know. I'm just...
No, but what I think is really interesting is right after Papa John's is Mr. Frank Topping. What topping do you want on your pizza?
Absolutely.
And this is the campaign to elect Frank Topping.
There he is. He's a retired veteran from Desert Storm.
Jefferson County Sheriff's Department. What are we seeing? We're seeing some beautiful old cars.
I don't have any information on those, but they are absolutely beautiful.
No kidding. Actually, I think they're very plain. They look very, very... This is back before they knew how to dream.
Exactly.
Like stingrays. And the UAB Critical Care Transport. UAB is the only level 5 trauma center in Alabama, and definitely in Birmingham.
In the state of Alabama, yes.
Only level 5? I wish I hadn't said that out loud.
Absolutely. Several of my friends work as nurses there, and so do a fantastic job in the TB-ICU, and the trauma and burn unit is fantastic there at UAB.
Absolutely. I love when they say our... never mind.
While we were talking about that, we missed the honor guard from the fire department. Also in the truck is Miss Fire Prevention, Kimberly Florence. She's from Ramsey High School. And Mr. Fire Prevention, Jamarcus Scott from Woodlawn High School. And then several trucks and engines. In engine number 1 is Lieutenant Casey Melvin. And then in the truck is Lieutenant Corey Moon. In 2012, the department responded to more than 54,000 fire and medical emergencies. Wow, that's a lot.
How many?
54,000 in 2012.
Wow. Well, you are looking at what appears to be the end of the 66th Annual National Veterans Day Parade in Birmingham, but don't go just yet. Last year was much noisier. We had all the fire engines piled up with their sirens running. Could not hear a thing. It was at the very, very end. Now, I know that we have the Vintage Auto Incorporated.
That actually,
yes,
the announcer is announcing that is the end of the parade.
We want to thank you once again for tuning in. If you're watching live, or if you are accessing this archive, which will be permanent. And this is we're on the camera. Let's wave. We want to wish you a happy 66th Annual National Veterans Day in Birmingham.
And thank you so much to our fine sponsors who made this all possible. We certainly appreciate it.
And we hope to see you back here again next year. Until then, happy Veterans Day, everyone.
Happy Veterans Day.